in here. All right. Let's dive deeper. All right, I'm trying to make this as short as possible. I was gonna make a TikTok. You know what I'm saying? I already made a TikTok about this, but yeah. What I really want to get into though is the simple fact that I had a crazy experience today, and just like time has been speeding up for me. It's like I've been traveling into like I feel like deja vu moments where I felt like I kept seeing things like occurring. So yeah. And anyways, yeah, I forgot to mention the people that told me that I said like I was gonna go on Rumble. Well, guess what, guys? Rumble is not allowing me right now. Like I had to fix something with my email and have to wait. So we're gonna keep it going on YouTube. We're gonna try to express this right here on the laptop and shit. Keep in mind, I've been doing this for a very long time, and I would highly appreciate it. I know y'all, a lot of y'all be watching my lives, bro. Like, I would highly appreciate for you guys to share these videos, right? Because I actually have receipts. I'm not just speaking straight out my head. You know what I'm saying? I actually got receipts. I was just listening to this one dude right now. Even after I had all the evidence, I was like, I want more evidence, bro. I want more evidence. I have to see more, right? But yeah, please share the lives, share the information out there to people you feel like need to hear this. Anybody you feel that needs to hear this, right? Whether they don't like it or not, it's all right. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna agree with everything, but it helps to put out the information. And it's better to have the love, the reason, than the fear of what people think. Because people are not going to hate you or call you crazy forever. Eventually, we're going to come to an understanding about some things. You know what I'm saying? So don't be afraid to share this information among peers. Don't be afraid to even express this information. You know what I'm saying? If, like in public, not even share my videos. You know what I'm saying? Because this isn't about me or you. What is about us, but mostly it's about the collective trying to spread as much information as possible, making you guys understand, you know, that everything you need is already within you. And with so much information out there that we be juggling on a day-to-day basis, we're worried about the physical a lot, right? But then we have spiritual essence we have to balance, right? We have to balance our spirituality. We have to balance our mental health. We have to balance our kids, you know, friends and peers. We have to know how they're doing. Family in check. We got to feed our family, right? We got to worry about paying the bills, our talents, right? If you guys are chasing like a dream, we have to worry about all these things. So this is my best information to help you guys deal with this in a subconscious level. 333 just passed by right now. Just helping you guys understand this. So let's get straight to it. All right. ADHD means attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Right? That's the earth meaning. But what it really means is attention dialed into higher dimensions. Right? And one thing I realized when I came across this information, it first appeared to me when I was looking for it, right? I saw this video, and you guys can check out this video, right? This video was by Infinite Waters, right, which is a great YouTuber. Let me see if I could find the YouTuber. I can show you guys on here on my phone, right? This is the guy that I came across, and this is what he talked about, right? This guy is very smart, very psychic, highly intellectual. You know what I'm saying? I mess with his videos, right? How to stop overthinking and find peace. Very life changing information, right? As far as neuroscience and psychology, right? And I realized that the daily, the daily struggle of ideas and disoriented thinking. Really, it's not disoriented, it's just associations of my brain with events and people, and then and how I'm expressing myself, right? How I'm dealing with things, right? How I'm doing things. How I do one thing is how I do everything. Like the way my method of doing things, like it's always going. It's like a constant weird thought process, right? So I'm always my mind is just everywhere, everywhere, right? But I'm learning to control it, which is cool, right? Trying to feel good, trying to focus, right? And the moment that I made a decision, right? The moment I made a decision to see what I can do, I started meditating and I noticed that my ADHD was indeed intuitive psychic ability, right? And the reason why I say this is because in school, right, which we're not really taught about mental health and shit like personality types and our learning styles, our way of our methodology of doing things, you know what I'm saying, how we learn and stuff is not supported. You know what I'm saying? It's not institutionalized. It's not there. There's no concept of um how to teach us how to learn, you know what I'm saying? How to learn fast, how to deal with these issues when these are basic concepts. And just because they're basic doesn't mean we understand them. You know what I'm saying? People be saying, "Oh, you should already know, right? What to do. You should already know how to live your life. You should already know you need to go to work." But that's not that's not something we'll ever understand. Is what I'm trying to say. We must work on our foundations. We must work on mental health. We must work on critical thinking. We must learn how to apply knowledge, make that the foundation. Because if we don't make the foundation, how are we gonna build a skyscraper if the foundation is trash, right? We don't even look upon. We're just worried about the surface level of the world and doing what we got to do, but there's no foundation, right? No techniques on how to ground ourselves, how to, breathing techniques, for example. There's a bunch of breathing techniques, right? But they could have told us a couple things to do in school, like 478 and stuff like that, right? Sunlight, lateral eye movement, right? We look like this, right? Where it shuts down the amygdala, which controls your fear based and joyful based emotions. When you do a lateral eye movement, right, especially to the right, you could go research that. Techniques like that we were not taught, and it would really help if they would teach us. Because, like I said, just because they're basic things doesn't mean we know them. We don't know anything. We don't know shit. Okay, we're never gonna understand something, right? The moment we focus on it, we're gonna understand that. The moment you focus on it, you're just gonna keep understanding it forever and ever and ever. You can take a basic punch, right? And this is a real story, right? A Shaolin monk. Every time you throw that punch, you learn something new. You get faster at it. Your understanding about it, your cognitive thought process is amped up. So your understanding of the punch is going up. So just because you know how to throw a punch doesn't mean you know what the punch is, you know? That's the thing with mental health. One person can tell you, bro, just pull up your pants. Be a man, you know what I'm saying? People be saying shit like that, right? I know my family told me uh that's the devil, right? Or it's the devil putting thoughts in your head. But it's not. It's not, right? And the more we keep thinking in these ways, you know what I'm saying? The more we keep thinking in these ways, right? The more we keep ignoring like symptoms of of depression and anxiety, extreme anxiety, right? I know a lot of people, I just look at them, they have extreme anxiety. The moment, the moment we make a decision to find ways to ease that anxiety, the moment things start to become more peaceful and start to change, right? That is why we must understand these things, like ADHD. If I were to really explain to you ADHD, it could actually apply to other things as well, other symptoms that you may have, right? I know people that are dyslexic. I know people that have schizophrenia. I have a comedian friend, bro. I do stand up comedy. I have a friend that's schizophrenic, right? Always looking like he's dazed off, but he's so funny. He's so creative, and he's happy, right? He just looks like he's dazed off, though. You know what I'm saying? He just looks around like, I don't know, like he doesn't express himself like a normal human. But that doesn't mean he's not normal, or what is normal, right? But that doesn't mean he's crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's just natural ability. Okay, it's just the way of expressing yourself. Yeah, that man's not crazy. He's just expressing himself. He's just that's Felix. You know, that's Philip. That's Steve. You know, that's just him. You know, what wrong is he doing in society by acting the way he acts? You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's not normal. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, so I got diagnosed actually with ADHD, and you know, prescribed me Ritalin and stuff like that. I had a lot of anxiety. I remember sophomore year. You gotta understand, right? I'm only gonna say this in a way that doesn't get people riled up, right? When you wake up, when you understand what's going on, right? Which is not like a process of I'm going crazy or I want to end my life, right? When you wake up, which is a beautiful thing, right? When you wake up, it's a beautiful thing. Like just embrace it. It's beautiful, right? It's not as bad as you think it is when you wake up. When you wake up, you'll realize that what you once thought was actually the other way around. Everything you once thought about the world and everything, health, psychology, it's actually the other way around. It's backwards. It's inverted. You know what I'm saying? It's actually like a video game, but the controls are inverted. You know what I'm saying? You realize that you were right this whole time when you thought you were crazy. What do I mean by that? For example, I know a lot of people that are schizophrenic, but always are around other people that are crazy, but they're happy. But they don't tell this to nobody. So when if what let's say if they were to wake up from what's going on and like the deception that we've been told, right? Because obviously you realize when you wake up, you realize your intuition was letting you know that, oh, it makes sense now, right? You ever made sense of something, and you know what I'm saying, the moment you start making sense of that thing, it's like, oh, I didn't even know why I was tripping, or now I understand why I do what I do, right? Why do I go into nature and take walks and listen to the trees? Used to think, man, I'm weird, you know what I'm saying? Because you do stuff like that, right? But actually, when you understand what it was, now you realize, oh, that wasn't a weird thing. That was just that's natural. Oh, that's natural, right? But what we get caught up in, you know what I'm saying? I really want to say this because this needs to be said as well. The collective belief of society It literally runs in the atmosphere of the air, right? So if everybody believes that we're okay when we're not, then people are going to start to pick that up and start to believe that as well, because that is a collective consciousness. That's the atmosphere that's going on. It's deep, I know, but it's called the 100th monkey syndrome, right? I'm not going to talk about it. We don't got that much time. If you want to go look it up after this, 100th monkey syndrome, look it up. You understand what I'm talking about as you read through it, right? But ADHD, OCD, and stuff like that are just labels, right? And understand this, right? Um, the moment I was tapped in to my instincts and I started doing movements with my body, like trying to express myself in different ways, I realized that I was very creative as a person with ADHD, which meant I can draw better, I can sing better, I can express myself, I can communicate ideas effectively and reach people in ways that they never, like, yo, this man, the way he says things is inspirational, right? The way I say things and express myself is because of my ADHD in actuality, right? So I don't really look at it as a disability, right? And I had a teacher, right, that had ADHD. I have a friend who has ADHD, right? And obviously they understand now that, this isn't really a disorder. It's just like something I live with, you know what I'm saying? It might be a genetic thing. I don't know what their belief about it is, but they understand that it's not like a problem. It's like a squirrel with no tail. It's just this is how I grew up, right? But as they start analyzing, right, self-analysis, self-awareness, as they start analyzing their own thoughts and feelings, right, they realize that, yo, this is kind of like a superpower. Yo, they feel different. Y'all feel me? Like you feel different as a person. You feel good in some way. You feel comfortable in your own skin. You feel comfortable talking to people with this ability. Get it? You see what I did right there right now? Y'all missed that. I said you feel comfortable with disability. Disability. Not a disability, but I feel comfortable with disability. You see? Let me fix this thing. Right? So I remember I started researching into this. I'm like, oh shit. Spiritual meaning. ADHD means blah blah blah. The higher dimensions, right? Because I'm gonna just speak this out as well. I have to let me just cathart it out, right? We are mentally decluttered as people because we don't understand that every day we're tapping into different realities, specifically realities that deal with our vibrations, right? Our the things that we feel, right? So every cell in your body, bro, every cell in your body is a whole different strand of energy, and that contains portals to other worlds. It contains portals to other things, right? Other planets, because there's a whole universe out there, right? We can see that, right? That we can see with our physical eyes that there's a whole universe out there. So that must mean there are galaxies. That must mean there are dimensions. There are different astral planes, right? There's different sights and sounds to experience. So that is why we have creative ability. You know what I'm saying? That's why we express multiple personalities, and we really do sound funny when we act like we're in ways where we express different personalities with this ability. All right. I hope I'm painting. I hope I'm painting the picture. right? I'm trying to paint this picture. So when I started researching into this, I started to understand, and you can just tell, right? If you're a person that has ADHD or you observe a person with ADHD, they're not even looking at you. They're like dazing off. They're like, right? It's like the moment you talk to them, they're like staring at the tree or the sun. They're staring at the grass. Right? They're just like, what'd you say? You know what I'm saying? Like that's what they be doing, bro. You know what I'm saying? So we look at that like, yo, why are you good, bro? Like, hello, planet Earth, where you at? You know what I'm saying? So we start observing these things, and what you guys don't realize is that they're actually generating pictures. Like they're really in their imagination right now. Because that's what you're doing, right? ADHD people, they have a very creative imagination. And man, that shit hard to snap out, bro. Like when you really be thinking about shit, it's hard to snap out because it's like you're experiencing things in your head, right? You're just in another space and time galaxy plus the ether. You know what I'm saying, on this address. You know what I'm saying, at 7:45 p.m. I don't know, but you're just in this place, in this unique place in your mind, and things are taking place, and it feels real, but you're not there, but you're still standing, you're still breathing on Earth, but you're not here, right? You guys ever experience that? Like you're just reading a book, right? Or you're talking to somebody and you're like, you're not even in the room anymore because you caught a vibe. Because you basically like caught a vibe, right? And I know I be reading books, right? And it's like I'm inside the book. I'm not even in the room. And people be calling me like, yo, yo. I'm like, did you say something? And you're like oblivious to like the people to. And you're oblivious to the people that are like right next to you. And like you can't even hear them, right? So that shit cool, right? That's those are heavy symptoms. But is this bad? Right? Let's really self-analyze this. Is ADHD really a disability? Or disability is actually the metaphorical punchline that it means, right? Is Are these symptoms of you dazing off into thinking of, into these different realms, right? Realms of thought, because that's what you're doing, right? Your brain transmutes and receives information, right? Scientifically proven, I said that thousands of times. Your brain transmutes light, so it receives information every day. Every day, your brain receives information. When you talk to people, when you're in the internet, right? You're reading stuff, you're observing things, you're receiving information. Your body's receiving information, your hair is receiving information. So you're receiving your information in various ways, not just by looking, but also by hearing, smelling, uh, even tasting, right? You can actually taste the energy in the room. Crazy, right? You can taste the energy in the room. That's the power of your tongue. You thought your tongue was just for tasting food. Nah, man. See, metaphysics, quantum physics, or metaphysics. Uh, there are different forms of matter, and your brain is so powerful, right? Some of us are really tapped in, bro. Right? A lot of people that are tapped in can really feel things at a metaphysical level, even before they happen, right? People can feel things at a metaphysical. That's why we can like feel like something bad or good is about to happen, so we prepare. Does that make sense? So we do things, we make minor decisions real quick. I'm gonna go do this. Oh, let me go check outside. I feel like I smell something, right? So we have these instinctive like urges. So when we go and we observe these things, you know what I'm saying, we realize like, yo, how the hell did I smell that from a mile away? Right? And then you start realizing, oh, ADHD, ADHD, oh shit, I have ADHD, you know? And same thing with people with OCD. Some people with OCD, right? Obsessive compulsive disorder. People with OCD, they're like success addicts. They're like addicted to the grind. They're like always looking at how to better themselves, right? Always keeping everything clean and shit. What is that reason, right? Because similar to uh being tapped into higher dimensions, when you're obsessed, your focus, your awareness in your brain, right? Your awareness is on this one thing, and your intrinsic value that you have on this one thing is what has this unwavering level of focus and concentration and willpower, right? Desire. So understand that willpower derives from metaphysical thought processes, right? Which allow your nervous system to generate electricity to go hard at it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is you're doing. You know what I'm saying? That's why people with OCD, they tend to be a little bit angry, tend to be like a little bit what do you call it? Fearful. Like, I have to keep things clean. I have to succeed. I have to do good. You know what I'm saying? People with OCD have this extreme drive, right? Always cleaning and shit. Which I don't even. I look at people like, I don't even judge y'all, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I still keep it real. Like, I have to tell people, like, you really think you're mentally ill, or you think you have OCD, right? Whatever. Uh, so this is another thing, like this, another form of like psychic ability, right? Which is you. A psychic ability is you using your brain, like actually using it, like actually using different parts of your brain that you realize you didn't think you were connected to, but it was there. Like, you know what I'm saying? These mental images were there, which allowed you to perceive those mental states. And now, see, I can't even explain it in words. God damn, I lost track. When you think in these ways, right? You start thinking and feeling differently. So this allows you to, you know what I'm saying, have these symptoms of uh already orderfulness. What do you call it? Organized. You know what I'm saying? Uh, extremely aware of like your decisions, like even planning decisions during the day, like the way you move, and you got to get things done fast. And we tend to stress out, right? We stress out because ADHD people, we be stressing out because we don't have time to even check. Like, bro, I don't even have time to check what type of clothes I'm wearing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even be caring about that. I don't even be caring about, you know what I'm saying, what's going on in the world, or bills, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm too worried about like the goals and what I have to do at the moment, right? Like right now I gotta pay taxes. So right now, earlier I was watching a video and I literally wanted to go out today, but I didn't. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I gotta get this shit done ASAP, right? So because I have ADHD, I'm able to feel my way through things. And then when you ever to feel your way through things, it delivers more focus. Right? Focus is a side effect. Passion is a side effect. Love is a side effect when you have this feel your way through things type of like thing. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people respect me how I express myself because it doesn't matter what I'm telling you. It doesn't matter what words I use. If I'm making you think in a way, if I'm making you think in a way, you know what I'm saying, where you can picture it in your mind and you can understand what I'm trying to say in your head, right? It doesn't even matter like how I speak, you know what I'm saying, or how it's about. It's mostly about body language, tone of voice, and what do you call it? How I you can feel my energy. You know what I'm saying? You could definitely feel my energy. Everything is energy, right? So what can you do, right, if you have ADHD and You know what I'm saying? Of course, I forgot to mention they had me taking a couple things, right? But thankfully, I had a nice doctor that told me do not rely on these pills. Okay, you can go get you go see a psychologist. You can do this meditation and stuff like that, which I started implementing, and it started like helping me out, right? But let me tell you this: you're a weak person if you think you cannot, if you cannot alleviate your own symptoms by doing self help. Okay, a mentally weak person will always look for validation, always look at somebody and tell them like, what can I do to help me? You know what I'm saying? What should I do? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Always asking for help, right? People say, oh, don't be afraid to ask for help, but you first have to help yourself, right? You got to have that strong bond and help yourself and not let yourself down. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't love yourself, no one's gonna love you because you're not projecting that energy. You know what I'm saying? You have to be, if you want people to treat you like professional, or like, yo, I really need help. Like, what do you think? If people don't believe you, if people don't see that you're not helping yourself, you're not going to be teachable enough, right? They're not going to really give you the best information, or if even consider like helping you. You know what I'm saying? So you first have to help yourself, and there's a lot of things I did, right, with when I had ADHD. One thing is I had to accept myself that my reality is based on my thinking. So nobody's gonna come and save me. Nobody's gonna help me, my ideas come to life. You know what I'm saying? Nobody cares about what I care about. What I really care about is that has high intrinsic value. I really have to put in time and dedication, right? I have to put time and dedication to create what I really want to create, right? Because people with ADHD tend to have a burning desire to achieve, right? Once you put that person with ADHD on something that they love to do, they lock in. They're like extremely focused, right? You can't put them to write a book, you know what I'm saying, or read do an essay or read a book, you know what I'm saying, if it doesn't really matter to them. The moment you put a person with ADHD, you know what I'm saying, put that kid in astrophysics, put that kid in science, or that kid with athletic talent, put him on the team, you know what I'm saying? Put that kid that loves science in the science club, right? And you'll tend to see that people with ADHD, they lock in. They literally are like skilled. It's crazy, right? Creative abilities are released. You know what I'm saying? When you put a person with ADHD that in front of something that they actually care about. So that's what I did. Comedy was like, man, I kept thinking about it all the time. Like, damn, comedian. Oh, this guy sounds like this guy. Oh, shit, I love comedy. Oh, look at these comments, bro. Like, that's what I be thinking. You know what I'm saying? So I just be focused on these things. It's crazy, but like it's there. It's like it's crazy, right? But if you were to put me like in the classroom, like doing math, which I'm not like a logical person that much, you know what I'm saying? I would just daze off. It would be hard to focus. But that's the thing. Like with the self care, you have to really take the time to understand yourself. If not, if you don't stand for anything, you will fall for anything. If you don't stand for something, you're gonna fall for anything. So keeping it real, yo. Like my bad if I step on some toes, but we keep it real over rich right here. So another thing I did is I started meditating. I started taking walks, and I got into this priority where I just felt very good about myself. And like I started drinking more tea instead of caffeine. You know what I'm saying? Um, I do drink energy drinks every now and then, but I started focusing on time, on my how I use my time, how I spend my time, as well. I started managing my priorities differently. Like I started reading more books. And what I noticed, right, because of my ADHD, I was actually, and like it's crazy. Like I'm able to decipher like when somebody's being fake or not, when something is unoriginal or it doesn't make sense, right? Like in school, I didn't really care about the alphabet. True story. I cannot make these things up. I used to always question the alphabet, like why is there a letter F or why is there like a why does iPhone have a PH? The shit says iPhone. What it's supposed to be with the F. There's no PH in the alphabet. It should be called iPhone. You know what I'm saying? The word people, why the fuck does it have an O? You know what I'm saying? So I was deciphering little things like that, right? And of course, because we live like, I don't know, like in the Matrix. We live in the Matrix, y'all. So people will be like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? You sound crazy. Blah, blah, blah. You're out of your head. Blah, blah, blah. Just do what they're telling you to do. You know? That's what they be saying. But it's crazy. Like, I just have the ability, I'm able to discern if somebody is feeling some type of way, and I'll notice it. It's like it clicks. It like I watched the TV right when I was young. I was like, why are they spreading fear? What ended up what ended up happening? Right, I started researching into these things. Oh, it makes sense now. ADHD. Why do I have ADHD? ADHD actually means blah 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 in spiritual essence. Blah blah blah. Oh, it makes sense, right? As well as why how can I become more rich, you know what I'm saying? And I started researching into these things, but I didn't really care. Like one thing about me, y'all, is like I really don't care about shit. I don't be around shit that doesn't matter to me. Like I really don't fuck around with my time. Like I really don't. I hate going out, you know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, well, I kind of, as far as being in nature, I love going out, but I don't like being in public in front of a bunch of people that I don't even know. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm able to discern things. Like I'm like a introvert, right? So I'm able to feel things and see things before they happen. And you know, people come in, why are you so quiet? Like nigga, you don't even know. You know what I'm saying? So like y'all niggas don't even know. Y'all niggas don't even know, bro. Like, anyways, because you know you be seeing things in people that they don't even see in themselves, right? You notice people get loud and people start feeling angry some type of way. Like you can like see it. Like, you can see it. You fuck that. You can feel it. You can just feel it. And I never second guess myself, bro. If I feel like the energy is off, if I feel like I don't belong where blah blah blah, I just leave, bro. I just do. I'm just trying to do what I gotta do, bro. Like that's why with disability, ADHD, like I don't really look at it as an illness. Like it's different for me, and I understand things in a deeper level. So that's why I don't judge other people. You know what I'm saying? But as I started understanding the ADHD, I started understanding dopamine, and where you put your attention, right, is what you're feeding your dopamine. You're activating your dopamine in ways, and you're releasing tons of dopamine based on what you put your attention towards, right? Energy flows where attention goes. I started understanding that as well because of my ADHD. I actually researched into it, right? Um, I was able to understand that, you know what I'm saying, if you want to create your reality, the more awareness you put into that thing, right? The more you study about that thing, anything that relates to that one thing that that lures your eyeballs, lures your soul, you know what I'm saying? That's what you're giving your energy towards, and that's what you're going to mimic and create. You know what I'm saying? So I stopped watching sports because I felt like it was rigged, right? I felt like it didn't mean that much to me. I stopped doing other things like I used to be addicted to certain things, bro. Like I got into video games, fell into sexual content. I was just exposed to it, right? I didn't even know what was going on, bro. Like everybody be talking about porn. I didn't even know what it was until somebody showed it to me. I was like, fuck. I wish I have never seen that in my life, right? But yeah, I feel into it, various times, you know what I'm saying? And I started realizing, yo, I can't be doing this, bro. Like this shit is draining my chi, it's draining my energy. My dopamine levels are going down dramatically, bro. Like, damn, fuck this. I can't be watching movies like this, you know what I'm saying? I gotta it's like I had this cognition about shit because of ADHD. And I'm hyper. I'm always expressive. I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? When I'm being myself. And we live in a world where they don't want you to be yourself. They want you to be a robot. Consume. Do this, do that. Don't question this, don't question that. Don't look here, don't look there. Don't worry about that. Worry about this. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like this is just how I feel, right? Everyone should be entitled to free think however they want to think. You should be free to express yourself, right? That's what I think. If somebody is trying to constrict your voice or your way of expression, your way of articulating yourself, you know what I'm saying? That person is trying to trap you. That person is trying to enslave you. They're trying to enslave your mind. You know what I'm saying? So I'll let you guys do the discernment on everything I just said right now. You know what I'm saying? I want you guys to understand that everything is within you, right? Don't second guess yourself, right? Usually when you have an idea about something, it just pops into your head, right? Usually when you have an idea about something and you start researching into that thing, when you start analyzing that thing, putting deeper awareness into that thing, you start to receive answers. So these answers then, when you apply it with action, it leads to results. This is facts. This is facts. So yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to express. Like I said, I had a crazy experience today where um, I had a friend of mine that he says he can't focus on his schoolwork, right? Has problem focusing on school, and this connection popped into my head. Like we be talking about some shit, bro. Like me and my the homie, right? We be talking about things. Mind you, this guy used to be a 3.0 kid and freshman and sophomore, and he's not doing good in school. I'm not gonna say his name. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he's watching this. Shout out to the homie, right? But he's very smart, bro. It's like I be talking to him, right? I know a lot of people, bro, that are depressed, but they're so smart. It's like, wow, man, so funny. I have a lot of friends. I used to have a lot of friends, bro, that were so creative and talented. You know what I'm saying? See, but that's the thing, bro. The system doesn't support these things, bro. Like they hate creative people. They can't have people like they don't want people that think outside the box, bro. Because if you start to think outside the box, you start to make certain decisions. You know what I'm saying? You start understanding shit about the matrix, and now you be feeling like, yo, this shit. Oh, what? I used to think this was this, but it turns out this is that. So I'm gonna go here then. You know what I'm saying? So they don't want people that think outside the box, bro. It's crazy, y'all. Like I be looking at time, like who created fucking time? Who created time? Right? But the biggest, if you guys can take something from this, is um always focus on what makes you happy, bro. Always focus on what you came here to do. Focus on what you can control. You know what I'm saying? Follow pages on social media. Follow people that remind you, you know, the better version of yourself. Always try to think the greatest version of yourself. Always try to become better. Think think in different attitudes and ways that allows you to progress in this life, right? Whether it's mentally, financially, right? Do whatever it is you have to do. Where there's a will, there's a way, right? Do whatever you have to do, bro, to evolve as a person. There's a lot of tools and techniques. I've shared these tools and techniques throughout. Like I shared the Callahan technique, law of attraction, you know what I'm saying, universal laws, you know what I'm saying, eating organic, getting sunlight, meditating, cold showers, journaling. There's all types of things you can do, right? Take it a day at a time, yo. It's a process, you know what I'm saying? But I just hope I'm helping y'all understand deeply, you know what I'm saying? Um, you know, when you realize that you actually have power, right? Before I end this, when you realize that you have power, right? That you can mold your reality in ways that you can't even imagine, right? Let's just let's just get that out the way. You can mold your reality in ways that you can. If everything is energy, right? And emotion means energy and motion, and that your gut feeling tends to tell you the truth, right? Your gut feeling tends to tell you what's up. You know what I'm saying? What's right? What has your best interest and what doesn't have your best interest, right? If everything is energy and your gut feeling tells you this, right? And you start looking at the sky, I don't know, you start looking at things differently, and you start receiving information based on your own cognitive thought process. Don't question yourself to be crazy. You're not crazy. Okay? You're not crazy. You're organic. You're perfection at its with all your flaws and insecurities, right? You are perfection. Okay? Don't let anybody tell you you're this and you're that or you're not capable, bro. This world is designed to be an amusement park for the ego. It's not designed for authenticity. Come on, y'all. Y'all know that, bro. Y'all know that. Y'all can understand that this society is a construct for the ego. It's not for the soul. It's not for growth and development. It's not for creativity and authenticity. It's to keep you in your lower state, right? So with that being said, always make sure you are taking care of yourself. Always make sure you are uh, being thankful and appreciating things about yourself and listening to your own intuition. Don't second guess yourself, right? God to give you two ears and one mouth. Use them proportionally, right? Study energy, study chakras, study stuff like that. I hope I gave you guys as much information as I could. So I'm gonna end it right here with the peace, love, positivity. Please share this information if you feel it needs to be shared. You know what I'm saying? Help a brother out. You know they be like censoring. Like, look at this. What does that say? iPhone storage. I don't know what that means. Right? Well, I do know what that means, but obviously I'm deleting my stuff and they're not letting me post for some reason. Yep. See that. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Peace, love, positivity. See you guys on the next one. They tried to bury us. but they forgot we were seeds. Peace, infinite waters, diving deep. Peace.